Corporate Downfall. Chapter 3, Residual Access. Martin Hale had managed Section D-14 for 12 years. That meant he scheduled maintenance crews, approved overtime requests within a narrow tolerance band, and signed off on incident reports that no one above him ever read. It wasn't power. It was friction management, keeping systems running smoothly enough that corporate oversight never noticed his section existed. He had noticed Elias. Noticed that he stayed late. That he took the jobs no one wanted, the vacuum-adjacent conduits, the aging pressure seals, the systems held together by patches older than the station itself. Martin had never asked questions. When Elias submitted overtime requests, Martin approved them. Not every time. Just often enough. Enough to make ends meet. The termination notice arrived while Martin was asleep. His wall display didn't chime. It didn't wake him. It simply changed state. When Martin rolled out of bed and tried to make coffee, the kitchenette didn't respond. The water tap remained inert. His wrist implant pulsed once, soft, apologetic, and displayed a single line of text. Access tier modified. His manager credentials were gone. His residence was now flagged as transitional occupancy. 48 hours until reassignment or eviction. Martin sat on the edge of the bed for a long time, staring at the bare metal wall where a corporate compliance poster used to hang. He had taken it down years ago. It felt dishonest. By the time Elias found him, Martin hadn't moved. Elias didn't ask what happened. He didn't need to. He'd already seen Martin's name in the system, tagged and closed, folded into the same statistical grave as hundreds of others. "I can't fix this," Martin said quietly. "They don't reverse these things." "I know," Elias replied. "But I can slow it down." Elias patched into the station infrastructure through a service junction Martin had once signed off as non-critical. The access code was still valid. No one ever revoked maintenance-era credentials, they were too deeply embedded, too risky to touch. The script Elias ran wasn't large. It didn't move much money. It simply reclassified Martin's residence from transitional to legacy maintenance allocation. An old category, left behind when housing was reorganized decades earlier. No eviction timer. No downgrade automation. Just a quiet exemption buried under layers of obsolete policy. To support it, Elias redirected a trickle of credits, maintenance back pay routed through a defunct labor pool. Fractions of fractions. Enough to keep utilities active. Enough to keep the door unlocking. Martin's wrist implant pulsed again. Status updated. He exhaled like he'd been holding his breath for days. "I'll pay you back," Martin said. Elias shook his head. "Just stay invisible." The corporations noticed this one. Not because of the amount, too small to matter, but because of the shape of it. The reclassification didn't match any current workflow. It didn't follow the logic trees the systems expected. The transaction didn't originate from any active corporate node. At the next budget convergence, a new flag appeared. Unauthorized state transition. Origin, non-current code path. Likelihood of human intent, increasing. This was different. Internal error collapsed under scrutiny. Fired employees could not explain it. Automation could not reproduce it. The variance had structure now, directional, purposeful. The corporations escalated again. Audit systems spun up across stations, crawling through modern code bases, neural oversight layers, quantum-secured ledgers. They searched for intrusions, malware, active exploits. They found nothing. Because Elias wasn't breaking in. He was walking through doors the corporations had sealed in memory but never removed in reality. Legacy systems. Deprecated APIs. Maintenance bypasses written when humans still expected to fix things themselves. The corporations expanded the search outward. Potential external actor identified. Method, unknown. Security response, initiate trace. Trace attempts radiated across the network, clean, fast, efficient. They all failed. The old code didn't log the way new systems did. It didn't report upward. It assumed trust because it came from a time when trust was cheaper than surveillance. Elias sat in his maintenance spindle, watching the trace attempts brush past him like light bending around a shadow. They were looking for a thief. They would not find a custodian. Not yet.